It looks rough in 2018. Does it get better?
I hope so, because that's been an overweight for us, and the group is, I mean, the point is that the stocks are really cheap. We got to wait for all the earnings numbers to come through here. Obviously, you know, they're competing on deposits, so they had very cheap borrowing costs. That's actually going up, so now they have to compete. And so we'll wait for the earnings and look at the revision trends. I think they're still looking pretty good. I think, unfortunately, the group has just gotten hammered. I think we're actually in bear market territory if we look at the KBX. I think we've got to really struggle there for that particular group.
The European financials have been hammered as well. Is it a global bank story, not just a U.S. bank story?
You know, I think as you get down market cap for the smaller banks, it's really going to be more of a domestic item here. I think they really are competing on deposits. Things that we'll talk about is the shadow banking system, where you can, from a loan standpoint, you can end up borrowing money from other sources, whether it's going to be the high yield market, whether it's going to be through private equity, and now all of a sudden you see rising costs from deposits situation. So I think it's unique for each individual bank or size segment.
Yeah.
But yes, the group has been definitely an underperformer.
Well, I was going to say, when I look at the big caps and I look at the net interest margin, I still see a pretty decent net interest margin that is improving, and I don't see deposit beta picking up in a really significant way yet. Do you?
We're trying to be more hopeful on where you can kind of start to see the earnings come through. And again, the revision trend for this, and obviously we got to get through all the reporting season, which will be the end of this week, next week for a lot of the banks. We got to see what companies are guiding to. But this is a group that has really lost all hope or interest from a sentiment standpoint. At the start of the year, the sentiment had been so good for this group, and it has just dropped off a cliff more recently.